So having just tested out this mini drill here, while the engine is relatively quiet, cutting into the plastic is very loud, and it's very late at night right now. So what I'm going with is this blade here, and I'm just kind of shaving a little groove going across. So this will embed the legs for the LEDs so that this surface here is flush against the upper deck. Otherwise it doesn't fit. And of course I have to be careful not to drill or not to cut through the entire piece of plastic. I'm not really in any danger of it, however, it's something I'm trying to be mindful of. Trying to get as much of a groove as I can for the LED legs. There's always the danger I could snap this too. And so, folding the legs out on a 5mm straw hat, I would say this is going to work, I think. I just got to keep the positive and negative consistent going down the line, and this should be pretty good. Yeah, so I'm going to have to change all of the grooves up just a little. I'm not too surprised by that. This leg just barely reaches. And before glued into place, I'm going to have to make sure that these do go in straight and proper. And to ably assist me, I've got this LED checker because I don't want to go installing a bad LED. Here's a closer look at what's going on. And over on this side, at the moment these two aren't as convincing as the front one. However, I'm pretty sure they can be finagled into shape. So what I think I'll be doing next is soldering on some resistors onto each side of these and just letting them hang. Maybe glue them into place so they don't go flying around. And then once the legs are installed, then go and wire them up. And I still have to paint this. So let's backtrack a few minutes here. Now I'm going to have to think about how this is going to go. So with the realization that it's time to start setting these lights into place, it's made me realize that I should probably give these inner areas one last pass of paint, which means I can't put these in quite yet, and then I'll probably install all of these, make sure the surface is finally ready, and then paint that, and then install the legs. I'm still figuring out this whole order, but it looks like the paint has to happen sooner than later, and in a few different places in a few different ways. So let me dig into that and see where it's at, because if I'm going to have to recoat this, I'm going to need some thinner. I'm going to need some lacquer thinner, and I don't know that I have any. I do have this stuff here, which has mineral spirits. I don't know if it's gonna, what it'll do with lacquer, because it doesn't say lacquer specifically. However, I'll do a quick test outside of the airbrush to make sure these don't interact in too bad a way. There was one time where I used the wrong thinner and it actually turned the paint into a pile of goo inside my airbrush. Bad times.